Legit podcast. My name is Wakia Jackson. I'm a licensed realtor in the state of Minnesota, and I'm here to talk to y'all today about generational wealth and how to build your generational wealth for you and your family, owning property, selling property, investing in real estate, and stay tuned for the interview to find out more.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Too Legit to Quit podcast. I go by Huncho Juan, the host. To my left, we got our guest, Miss Kia.
What's up?
Why, Kia? How you doing today?
I'm good. I'm doing all right.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. On my right, I got my co-host. I'm going to let them introduce themselves.
What up, everybody? I'm Retro Dreamers. It's really nice to be here. I'm so ready to learn some shit that I need to learn. So, yeah.
I hope I can learn you something today, girl.
Okay, give it to me, give it to me.
And of course, I'm everybody's favorite. You know what I'm saying? Eddie Stone, E Stone, whatever. Let's get into this. Let's do this.
I'm sorry,
What?
Every time we do the intro, you crack me up.
What'd he do?
You love it.
I'm everybody's favorite. You know what I'm saying? I'm fluffy. I'm fluffy, so I'm everybody's favorite. You know? What you talking about? Tell him, Ron. He acting like he don't know what's up.
What's up back there, Ron? He be tuned in. Yeah, I know this.
Okay.
Well, he the director.
What's
You the
going on
director.
here?
He's something.
CEO, manager. Okay, what's up with you? All right.
We got Kia in the building.
So first things first, what you got for us? What you introducing us today? What we got in the
Well, I am a Minnesota licensed real estate agent. I'm a newer agent, so I really just want to get out here and, get some exposure for myself so people know I'm out here, you know what I'm saying? And then also to let people know what is out here in terms of real estate and owning property, selling property, and what benefits there are to you. A lot of people don't know that it's possible to have a home of their own other than renting, you know what I'm saying? And they think it's difficult or it's too much, and it's attainable. And so I just want to let the people know, give some people some knowledge, maybe get some information that anybody really know about before, because that's what my goal is in all of this anyway. That's why I got into the real estate, because I didn't know. And so I was like, well, the best way for me to know is for me to get in it. So that's what I did.
I don't know much.
Yeah.
I need to.
Yeah. It's a lot of steps to it. It's a lot of processes. It's an exciting journey though, and it's doable. It's out here for us. We don't be realizing it's out here for us too. We can get it too. So
Gotta go after it. How
Yeah.
long have you been doing it?
so I got licensed in September 22. So it's been about 7 months for me now.
So who do you go through? Or
So
who-
I'm broker with Fathom Realty.
Okay.
That is my broker, and I have worked with a team, Kilgore Real Estate Group. That's my team. We work together. They have it's 4 of us together as a team, and it's about 20 years of experience combined, 25 I think combined between the 4 of us. So I got an amazing team behind me. So anything that I don't really know about or struggle with, I got them on my side to help me through it too, because I'm newer. So yeah.
That's nice. So
Yeah.
what started your journey?
So I started actually wanting to do the real estate. I talk a lot with my hands. I started looking into doing real estate probably about like 6 years ago. It was one day I was driving and I saw some land that was for sale. It was just land, and it was a for sale sign, and I was like, damn, we supposed to have land, you know what I'm saying? We supposed to be, I wonder what's that like, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't know much about it, and then that kind of like opened up the doors for me and had me like thinking like, well, the best way to know is to actually be in it and see what's available and what we can do with it. So about 6 years ago, that's when I started wanting to get into real estate. It took me a minute to actually get my mind in it and actually do it. And last year, I started the journey to becoming a real estate agent, took the courses, paid the monies, and now
That's
I'm here.
nice. Did you have anybody like influencing you throughout the way? 'Cause,
I have my
mean,
support system, of course. I got
Okay.
my mom and I got my kids and all of that. And
Was there like an outside voice that made you like, because you thought about it? You said you saw land, you thought about it,
Yeah.
you wanted to do it. Was there somebody on the side that was like, you should do this, you should do this, or you should do this?
And
or was
it was
kind of like
really just like a passion within
Okay.
myself, honestly.
Okay, that's perfect.
You know, I come from a family of go-getters and bosses, and so
Okay.
what they do, I saw with them throughout my life. You know, they go to the top notch of whatever it is that they passion is in, and I felt passion in that. I honestly felt that that's where I wanted to be and what I needed to do, and so
That's
I
nice.
just jumped in.
Who is we?
When you say we, when I say we?
You said we when you was driving by and saw that land with a
Did
for
I
sale
say we?
sign, and you said we can have that too. We need some land. So
Okay,
who's
I'm
we?
talking about us,
Specific.
the black community.
Oh damn! See,
Yes.
I like you already.
Yes.
Yeah, shout out.
You know.
I went to them brown skin
Yeah.
folks.
I better be okay.
Listen.
But no, for real, for us, like for real, we don't know that we can have the same things that everybody else has too. You know what I'm saying? A lot of it was taken from us. You know what I'm saying? And when it was taken from us, we ain't go back to get it. And we were scared to get it, or we ain't know how to get it. It wasn't taught to us. We ain't come up in the same upbringing. You know, me getting into the real estate game, I realized a lot of people that are in real estate it's like passed down to them. Like they parents been in real estate since they was kids, and now they are joining the real estate business and they starting their own business.
Generational wealth.
Generational wealth. Yes, exactly. So, you know, I want our people to know that it is also attainable for us in any way. Like you can flip property, you can be a real estate agent, you can own the property and rent it out to somebody. Like it's so many different things out here, and there's so many programs out here that can help you get those things too. The main thing that people really have trouble with is the money. You know, oh, I heard you gotta have 20% down. Nah, baby, you ain't gotta have you. Okay, yeah, okay. You do gotta have something down. Okay, of course, but it don't necessarily gotta come out of your pocket. There are programs out here where you can get
That'll pay
that
off.
20% down from the program, and they'll pay for it, and it'll be either a loan or a grant. You might have to pay it back, but you ain't gotta come to it at the table with it. You know what I'm saying? There's programs out here that help with the down payment assistance, with closing costs for, you know, fees that you have to pay to the lenders and stuff like that. I've sold a property before, or helped, you know, my client buy a property, and he walked away from the table with a check. He didn't bring nothing to the table. You know what I'm saying? He walked away with something from the table because of the money that he had put into, you know, during the process of purchasing the property, get appraisal fees and stuff like that. But he didn't have to come to the table with his, you know, 10% down, because he had down payment assistance. They paid for that. And so when he came to the table, he came and got his money, and he went home with the keys to his investment property, his duplex that he finna rent out and have people living in and paying off his mortgage instead of you know, him paying off other people's mortgage. You know, and he also gonna get his own property for him to live in too. But that's the thing, when you renting, you paying off somebody else's mortgage. You know what I'm saying? If you calculate how much you pay in rent every month and calculate that for the year, that's your crib. You putting all that money into something that could be yours and your family. So, yeah.
I think a lot of people don't pay attention to that.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, it's because it's a lack of knowledge.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, we don't necessarily know about what it takes to have a house and even land. You know, a lot of us are, you know, dumb to it because it wasn't put in our
taught.
face.
They don't put it in the schools. You know what I'm saying? Our parents don't know. They was working, trying to make ends meet. So, you know, how you supposed to know if you don't know?
I'm more of a land kind of guy. I want some land.
Yeah,
but
me
I don't
too.
want it in the United States though.
Yeah.
I don't want it in the United States. My dream is to build a house in Africa and buy some land out there because it's, you know, I need an escape. But I mean, I think it's important for people to know what's here and the programs. Now, you talk about programs. What programs?
Yeah. So there is a new not a new program, but there's a program that I recently learned about called NeighborWorks.
Okay.
They have down payment assistance programs where they, like I talked about, help you with the down payment assistance. They have home buyer workshops, and right now, if I'm not mistaken, they have free first-time home buyer courses for people through June that are no cost right now. They have what do they call it? pre-purchase advising, free pre-purchase advising, because you don't know what you're getting into when you first start, looking into real estate or looking into owning a property. So they help you with, where's your credit at right now? Where should your credit be for what you're looking for? Is your credit good right now? If so, keep doing these things, you know what I'm saying? Telling you how much to save, and just kind of like breaking everything down to you and letting you know these are things that you need to have money put aside for, because these are things that, okay, once you get them keys to the door, you're going to have extra funds for other stuff that might go wrong, because now you're the owner, you know what I'm saying? You can't call the maintenance man. So you got to make sure that you're financially prepared as well. So they help you with the financial preference. And then also, let me see, I said down payment assistance. I said the home buyer workshops. If you already own a property, they also help with you fixing the property. What do they call it? I forgot exactly what they call it, but they basically help you with getting stuff done on the property and stuff like that. Loans, of course. And then, they also have foreclosure programs too, where if your home is at risk of foreclosure, they help you, keep your property if possible. So they help you through all the steps with the programs that you can sign up for and all of that stuff too. So, so those are some of the programs that are out here. Mainly, it's a lot out here.
It really is.
It's a lot out here.
The HUD program too.
Yeah,
is another big one. And they're big in like St. Paul. They got a lot of properties in St. Paul, but they go through the whole steps and teaching you how to buy property. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The educational part is the most important part.
Yeah.
That's the part. That's really where you want to start when it comes to looking for property and buying your home. You want to start with getting the knowledge of it. Having a good realtor who can help you get through, all of that stuff, give you the resources that you'll need. So that's really what my main goal is. With my clients, I try to let them know what's out here. Like even if we not shopping right now, because it can be a long game. Like you can tell me today you ready, and we can start the process, and it's going to take some time to get what you want and where we need to be. So, I'm there with you. It could be a year. I'm here with you for the whole year, step by step, going through the whole program and, or going through all the programs. And I'll go to home buyer workshops with you and all that, because I'm learning too. You know what I'm saying? So the more knowledge I have and the more knowledge I'm able to give, that's really what I want to do. I'm not out here to just go buy a house so I can get paid. Like, no. I really want to make sure that my clients know what they're getting into. I want to make sure that they understand the contracts, because when it is time for you to buy that home, there's a lot of stuff to sign off on. There's a lot of stuff you got to understand about that property. And there's a lot of negotiating that has to be done between the seller and the buyer and all of that. But I want to make sure that whatever is being done is in the best interest of my client.
So personal experience with you.
It is. Yeah, absolutely. I don't take it for granted at all.
You gotta have that. You gotta have that personal connection. Because if you don't, then people gonna feel like, she getting a check for this anyway. This
right.
Especially when it's your home, like you're setting me
that's
up
a big step.
Somewhere where I'm supposed to, raise my family, be with my family. So I should be able to trust you. Yeah, investing in property is like the biggest investment or the biggest transaction that you will make. That's like a $300,000 house. That's what you gonna spend that on a car, and then you silly if you do that and you ain't got no house. So what would you say to somebody that was like, maybe they want to buy a house, but they want to go ahead and pay it off right away? They don't want to own the bank because they don't want to owe the bank, because really acquiring property, you still have a mortgage. You still have to pay that mortgage to the bank. So what would you say to somebody that's jumping, in a contract, or giving them some type of advice to how to own the house fully, completely right away? Like, is there a conversation that you ever do have?
Yeah, so no, I have not. I have never had that conversation. But there are people who do cash kind of transactions. Like, they don't want to deal with the bank at all. They come in, but those are mostly investors who do that type of stuff. Because, if you're going to come with a whole $250, $300, you got to have some type of, you're an investor at that point, or you got some money. So you can definitely come in and pay cash and do it like that and not have to worry about the bank at all. You don't have to get a loan. The loan is more so for people who need financial assistance and,
of course,
and would prefer to have the loan. And you can always pay your loans off early. Most loans are 30-year fixed, so
30 years.
Yeah,
that's how long.
That's a
Yeah.
long
it probably
commitment.
takes.
that's a long commitment. But
It's-
you ain't got to stay committed
okay.
to it for 30 years. You
Yeah.
can sell the property and you can put equity into your home. Every payment that you
Exactly.
make towards your mortgage is like putting money into your house, and the more you pay off, the more equity you have in your home. Once you sell it, you get the equity. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of benefit in actually having a home too. There's insurances and things like that, homeowners insurance, and different things where you can actually invest, take from your home to invest into something else. That is, Lord, this is where I gotta get back to you
Okay.
on the correct terms.
Okay.
But yeah, you can do that.
that is actually really, really, when you say it like that, that's
Yeah.
exactly what you should do
Yeah,
in
yeah.
order to own it right away,
Yeah.
rather than waiting that 30 years.
Yeah, and refinancing too. So a lot of people kind of shy away from purchasing right now because like interest rates is high.
Yeah, how is the market here?
Yeah, so it's been fluctuating, and I think right now it's like somewhere around 7% is the interest rate right now. But one thing a good lender that I worked with always said was he was saying that the interest rate, you buy the home and you live with the home, but you only date the interest rate. So basically, if the interest rate goes down, you can refinance your home and get the lower interest rate, and you locked in for that interest rate. So just because the interest rate is high right now doesn't mean that that's what you're stuck with for 30 years. You can
Okay.
refinance and get a lower interest rate
Okay.
as soon as of course you have to qualify and apply for it and all that stuff. But with they're expecting that the interest rates will be much lower between now and the beginning of next year. So say it dropped down to 4-5%, you can refinance your home if you purchase one, at this time of year and get that lower interest rate.
What goes into like building your own house?
So that part,
Just asking.
I don't have experience
Okay,
in that
okay.
one, but I will say
Okay.
that is one of my goals.
Okay.
I do want to. I want to work with developers who are
yes.
actually breaking open that ground
Okay.
and building homes on top of that, and helping people get into these new build construction homes. So that is a goal of mine. So I will, next time I come on here,
Okay.
I'll probably have some information.
They're making
for you
a
about
killing
that.
I
off of
can't
that.
wait.
Yeah,
And that is
yeah.
such an amazing role to go into with the developer because I feel like as a real estate agent, maybe you can give them ideas of what
Yeah.
people are looking for and what people want, you know?
Yeah.
So even partnering up with somebody like that, like it
Yeah,
can take off.
I done made phone calls, girl, but they be having their people already. But
Oh,
I've been calling
show
them. I be
up,
calling.
show up,
I'm gonna
keep
pop up
showing
on
up.
them too. Yeah,
Yeah, keep
I'm
showing
determined
up.
because that's definitely one of that's where the whole land thing come in. At I wanted to know more about what it takes to own this land and to actually be able to do what you want with the land and build on the land. And when I drove past that land that was for sale that day, I was like, if I just owned that land and somebody wanted to build on that land, they got to pay me.
They got to.
That's where
Gotcha.
all of it started. Like right there is where it manifested, because I was like, you got to pay me if that's mine.
There's so many companies that are doing it. Like Lennar Homes is one of the biggest in Minnesota. They're developers. They buy a couple 100 acres.
Yep.
And they build nothing but houses, all the same.
Yep.
For
And
they're
they
building
all
these houses
look
for
the same.
200 or less to build these houses, but they're building 140 homes within a year or within like a summer.
Yep.
And then they're selling them for 300 plus,
Yep.
and they're making a killing off of it. And the houses don't be that special.
Yep.
They be basic.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
And
Nothing.
they put the mugs up quick too.
and it's crazy because they be sold before they even break ground.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They get these houses out right away, and they're making a killing off this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Off of basic houses. And they're getting the lumber for dirt cheap because they're buying it in bulk.
Yeah.
They're getting the lumber for dirt cheap. They're getting the land for dirt cheap because they're buying a big amount of it. You know what I'm saying? And then they're selling
Them
these
lots.
houses. They're making a couple $100 million within a 6 to 12 month span.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like on a regular, every year they're building new property.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, to get into a situation like that will be dope.
Yeah.
What is the end goal for you? What does the next 10 to 20 years look like? What is your dream?
So I want to be licensed in more than just Minnesota. I don't know where I want to venture out to be licensed as well, but I do want to have my license in multiple states. I want to really do the land development. Like that's that's top tier for me. That's where I want to be too. I kind of thought about having my own brokerage and all that, but that's too much work.
I was gonna ask you that.
Yeah, that's way too much work. I don't think I'm cut for that. But yeah, that's my end goal is really, I want to really figure out that land development. I want to be somebody who people trust. You know what I'm saying? I want you to be able to trust me and know that I got your best interest at heart. So I do want to be one of the dopest real estate agents out here, because just off of my personality and off of what my passion is. Like, if you can feel what my passion is, then you already know I got your back 100%. So
and you're gonna have a lot of people that gravitate towards your way because of that.
Yeah.
So wouldn't you want to start a brokerage? Bring in people that are gonna be like,
having your own brokerage
that you trust, and that they're gonna give you the same service, because like word of mouth spreads like crazy.
Absolutely.
And people are gonna want you to help them, and you're gonna be super, super busy, so you're gonna need people to you're gonna need a team.
Yeah.
So you never thought about a brokerage?
No,
Okay.
because with the brokerage, it's not just you are responsible for everybody who works under you.
Okay.
Everybody
It's a whole nother ball game.
Yeah, it's a whole nother ball game. So I'm like the manager of the real estate agents who I hold licenses for. Anything that they do, if they do something and it go left, that's on me. If they don't pay their fees on time, that's on me, because there's a lot of fees that come to keeping your licenses in place and continuing education courses and stuff like that. I have to be on time. I got 4 kids. I can barely just figure them out on a daily basis. So.
No, but that's okay though. Like, yeah.
So yeah, I'm not interested in the brokerage thing, but
at least right now.
Not right now. I don't foresee that either. But
It's
we'll
like,
see.
nah.
You never know what
You
God
come up on an
got.
opportunity.
I'm gonna
that
make
might
it
just
work.
You know what I'm
change
saying?
everything for you.
Yeah. So I ain't gonna say never, but it's just
Never
not.
say
It's
never.
not in. No,
So
it's
with
not
all
there
this
right now.
information, like, how long do the classes take?
So the courses, there are 2-week courses, and there's 3 courses. So each course is 2 weeks. I actually did all my courses online because it was during COVID, or actually it was last year, so COVID had just let up. But I think that they had introduced the online courses because of COVID. So yeah, I did all my courses online. So it was a total of 6 weeks. And I did them all back to back. I completed them right away. And then, so the courses costed about $900 some for all 3 courses. And then after you get the courses complete, then you got to take the license and the state test, state and national exams. So those also cost money. It was like $30 each. And then you got to pay for your license. First of all, you got to find a brokerage that you want to work with. And once you get hired on with the brokerage, then they get the licensing together for you. So you got to pay for the license. Then you got to pay all this other stuff. Off bat, I was in debt about almost 4 bands. Off bat, to get my real estate license and to get all the other stuff together that I need.
But you can make that back in one check.
That's what I was gonna say.
Then you make that back
One
times 2 to
transaction though. One transaction covered all that plus some. So, but
it was worth it.
it was absolutely worth it, and it still is. It absolutely is. It's hard getting the clientele because you are your own boss. You work for yourself. You promote yourself. You got to put your name out there and get yourself your clients and all of those things. So that part, it can be a little bit of a struggle, just trying to
get your name out there, get people to be like, oh, I'm a...
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that part is it can be discouraging at times if you don't stay in it. I've been discouraged a few times. I'm like, ain't nobody fucking with me for real. But I said, you gotta give it time.
Anything you do though.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah. But I always jump right back in. So yeah.
That's awesome.
That's how it all. What it took for me to get to my licensing and all of that. So yeah.
So why did you pick the brokerage that you're in right now? Like, what made you want to go right to them?
So actually, it's an interesting situation. What happened? My cousin here, Hancho Wine. My auntie, his mom, was selling her home and buying a new home, and she had a realtor that she was working with who actually has worked in the family with multiple different buying and selling property transactions. So she was working with him, and my cousin, actually, she was also doing her real estate courses and stuff like that. And Marcus Kilgore, he had let Pretty know, which was my cousin, to, when she finished her courses, let him know and she could work with him and his team. I actually finished before she did, and she let me know, like, hey, I can give you his information, and he let me know, and I'm sure he wouldn't mind, you too. And I hit him up, and he said, yeah, when you get done with your courses and you got the exams done, just let me know. So after I got that done, I hit up him and his wife, because they are a team together too. I hit them up, and they plugged me in with the brokerage, and
been rolling ever since.
I remember when I met him,
that's awesome.
He the dude that got like that. He got that Infinity truck. It's only like 3 made. He got some money.
He said, bro, cashed out.
So you see what I'm saying? That generational wealth. He already got it going.
So how do you feel about the times right now? Like, are people buying homes? Like, is business slow right now?
It is slow right now. And that was a part of where I got a little discouraged. But Marcus and his wife, Tisha, just stayed on me like, no, you're doing great. You're doing an amazing job. This is really just how the market works. Yeah. At this time of year, it's slow rolling. Like, there's not really much going on right now. Ain't nobody really putting up properties for sale until the spring hit. Because then, it's nice outside. People get to feeling good. They wanna start making moves, and then you ain't gotta worry about people walking all through your house with snow and mud all on their shoes and all of that. So now the market should be opening up a little bit more, and things will get to rolling a little more smoother, and then we'll see where I'm at.
So are you renting or owning yourself?
I myself am still a renter, because I did not know where to start. I didn't know what to do. The same worries that everybody else has, I have them. And I was just like, I don't know. Of course, go to a realtor, but I mean, they just gonna help me find the house. I mean, if you find a good realtor who will actually educate you and they know their stuff, then that's one thing. But that's a 1 in a million chance. So I was scared myself, you know what I'm saying? Sure. So I never purchased on my own. I do currently rent. But I am going to be soon starting my own process. I've got some things that I'm working out, but once I got myself together, I will be starting my own home buying journey, and then I'll be able to even educate people even more and be like, I got down payment assistance. They cover about $100,000. I can let them know what my journey was, and that'll help maybe encourage some people to take that step.
So what's your ideal people? What are, what I'm saying, clients?
Anybody who is willing to learn how the process goes. A lot of people come in and they think they know and they don't really be knowing. And if you willing to learn and if you teachable, right? And also people who are not I ain't saying. I want people who let me know where you think I can be better as far as helping you. You know what I'm saying? But be respectful at the same time.